So hey there baby bats. So this wasn't actually supposed to be my first video. I originally wanted to do a haul, but because it was like so long and I don't have the attention span to be editing all of it, like it would take me a week. I'll probably separate it for multiple videos, so like I'll do like multiple hauls, but we'll see. Anyway, so let's begin my first ever video. So, fake LPS have been around for a while. They gained more notoriety when Hasbro came out with Gen 3/Gen 4 pets, and we all know how that went. I've been collecting LPS for a very long time, and I've grown to be able to spot the difference between what is authentic and what isn't. Thank you, Autism, for my great attention to detail. However, there are some really good fakes, like really good, that sometimes I even have to ask my friends to see if it's real or fake. Like for example, someone was selling an LPS Comic Con cat on Vinted the other day for about £30, and even the seller couldn't tell if she was authentic or not, and neither could I, so I had to ask a group chat that I'm in. But today I'm going to share a few tips on how to spot if your LPS is fake or not. This video will include commonly known tips as well as my own little like weird things that I do to tell if an LPS is fake or not, so just as a disclaimer though, if you collect LPS or don't mind that you do, that is perfectly okay. That doesn't make you any less of a real LPS collector. You shouldn't listen to people who say, oh, you know, you collect fake LPS, that doesn't mean you're real. Don't listen to them. And also a different disclaimer, I'm not an expert on like whether LPS are real or not, and my cat is shifting everything. Yeah, I'm not an expert on whether an LPS is real or not, so this is just like tips I've heard within the community, as well as like my own little thing. So after all that yap, let's get into it. I'd say probably the main tip that I have for you guys to tell if it's fake or not is to look at what shopping site you're on, the price of the pet, and the photo of the pet itself. So for example, Amazon or AliExpress often have LPS listed on there, specifically main 5s, for like really cheap. I know AliExpress can sometimes sell authentic LPS for quite cheap, but I don't think I've seen a singular like LPS being sold by itself be real. They usually are just real new in boxes. So yeah. The price of these pets are also usually between £3 to £10, which is a bit of a red flag itself, since if you're an in-depth collector you know the stock market that is LPS, so this should already raise alarm bells. What I mean by style of the photo is, well, does it look professional? You find that with a lot of fake LPS sellers, on these websites, they have heavily edited photos or like professionally done photos. Like I don't think some mum from Milton Keynes who desperately wants to get rid of her daughter's collection is going to go on Adobe Photoshop and, you know, make it look good so she can sell them. All these points grouped together make it very clear if an LPS is fake or not, I'd say. So, you know, if you see an LPS 909 on Amazon for like £4, please don't buy it if you're wanting to get the authentic version. My next more, I guess, obvious tip is to check reviews. Like, I religiously, no matter what I'm buying, where I'm buying from, always check the reviews. A lot of the time in reviews, people or buyers will mention in the reviews that if the pets are fake or not, or even have photos of the pets which obviously look clearly fake. I'm skipping ahead with my point there, but I digress. Some websites don't always have reviews, sadly, like AliExpress again, but if they don't, I'd be a bit skeptical and maybe wait to go find somewhere that does have reviews. It's always a bit of a red flag for me if someone doesn't. Another like LPS photo tip I have is if you see the same photo of a pet or a bundle being used over and over again, this typically means that the LPS being shown are either from the same company mass producing fake LPS, or the image is stolen from somewhere, and what you see is definitely not what you're gonna get. Like, I'm sure we've all seen this image at some point. I've seen it so much that it's in my nightmares. Also, sometimes, like, another tip for when looking at the photo is looking at the shape of the LPS themselves. Although sometimes they will add real images of LPS, but for example with this image, you can see the shape of the LPS differ ever so slightly. Like, why is this Cocker Spaniel's ear so out there? For this bit, I did want to talk about LPS pegs, but honestly I get confused myself, so I'm gonna let a real professional dissect this one. These are two people that I've met through LPSgram and they helped me explain it a lot more easier. Oh my god, no way, but it's me with a voice recording. Anyway, so Jenna here says originally fakes used white pegs, but then also started using clear pegs. Newer authentic LPS and live pets also have white pegs. Peg checking is an outdated method of authentication. Hello. I completely agree with her, even though I don't fully understand peg checking. That's probably why I didn't understand it, because I always used to think that they both had like clear and white pegs. So yeah, I hope this helps anyone. I have got another screenshot from someone else who put their input in. So Leon/Tuck then said pets with numbers 2000 plus also have white pegs, especially later Gen 2 blind bag pets, which I actually didn't know myself. I was actually like a little taken back because I didn't know that, so this was also very insightful. Again though, going back to the fact that like all sorts of pets just have different coloured or clear pegs, I don't think it's probably the best way to check if your pet is fake or not, so thank you Leon and Jenna for your guys' inputs. So there you go. I suppose you can use the peg method, but as Jenna said, it is a little bit outdated, so I would use other methods just in case, you know, the peg is like LPS pegs. My next tip is looking at other videos of people who have bought from the same website and similar pets. You can usually find people who have posted videos on YouTube, TikTok, or even Instagram. A lot of LPS collectors do typically post if their pets are fake or not, as they want to spread awareness. A little like how I'm doing my video now. And of course, my DMs on my Instagram platform are always open for anyone to ask about if your pet is fake or not. For this final tip, I'm gonna show you how to tell with my own examples. So here we have an authentic LPS short hair. He's very cute. And then here we have a fake LPS short hair. Already you can tell this one's the fake. I mean, the paint looks a little bit cheapish, if you know what I mean, like it looks poorer quality. The mold of the body also looks less clean, so here you can see like errors, I suppose, or indents of where they've tried to mold the LPS shape. In my opinion as well, her eyes are less quality, like poorer quality compared to the real LPS. You can see like the black paint fading into the white, so it just looks a little more cheaper than the real LPS. I also noticed that her chin is like also a little bit bigger than authentic LPS, like what is going on? Turning around you can also see some differences, so for example the back of this fake LPS's head seems a little bit more flatter than the authentic version. You can also see that the bottom of her head is a lot more sharp, less round and clean than the authentic LPS. She just kind of looks a bit like a Minecraft block. In my opinion as well, the feel of the LPS are like completely different as well. So like this one has a more smoother texture to her like body and head, versus this one who's got like a more rougher kind of texture to him. Like my finger feels more slippy on this one than it does with this one. I do also want to talk about being careful with the licensing on the bottom of the pet. So this pet's a bit grubby, so please ignore her. She does have licensing on the bottom of here, and obviously so does this one. I mean, you can't see it as much, it's a bit smaller text, but you can also see the licensing on the bottom. So honestly, I do want to make a point like about how, you know, you can tell probably. I mean, I'm not, like I said, fully clued on little things like this, I suppose. I mean, for all I know, you know, like all pets could have bigger licensing text than the authentic versions or whatnot. But yeah, also her LPS sign on the back is also like a little bit faded, and the black paint seems to just be seeping through it, like it looks printed on, a bit like G7 LPS eyes. So there you go. I hope this video was of some use to some of you, or at least a little bit helpful. Like I said, I'm not an expert on telling the difference, and for all I know, this short hair could be real. I very highly doubt it. But if you do have any questions, feel free to comment or message me on my Instagram. I'll put my @ on the screen. Thank you again to Jenna and Tuck for helping me out about the pegs once again, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!